Guys, this is a super exciting time of the year, you know? In our sort of sport, it's not every day that new stuff comes out. So generally stuff sort of gets, worked on throughout the year by various companies, and then sort of every January in Las Vegas, there's a big expo called SHOT Show. Now, in 2020, I was super lucky to get the opportunity to go. And unfortunately, this year I had planned on going. But then of all the places in the whole wide world, the new variant decides to pop right up here in sunny South Africa, which sucks. So we instantly got slapped with travel ban, and basically all of those plans fell through. Now, I was super excited to go visit SHOT Show. First of all, it's really cool. Last time I was there, I got to meet Gavin from Ultimate Reloader, Donut Operator, Matt from Demolition Ranch, and Mare, which was super cool. Mare was actually the highlight because I probably spoke to her for like 25 minutes. Some cool people. Chuck Norris, Larry Vickers, the list goes on, Jerry Michalak, Lena Michalak. It was really cool. So that for me is like, as a fan of shooting, is super cool. Now, if you didn't know, SHOT Show is not open to the public, which I personally think that's sort of their shortcoming, but who am I to tell them how to run their business? But, it is an industry expo, so it's only for people that are sort of working in the industry, who have a rifle shop or some kind of business related to the industry. You get to go, or essentially have to be invited to go to SHOT Show. But just taking sort of that into context, it's almost impossible to explain the scale of this show, right? They've got an app that you use to navigate to actually find a booth, because it's ridiculously big. And then to think it's just people that are sort of in the industry that get to go to this thing is absolutely mind-blowing, because you can walk around there for 4 days and not sort of see the same stall twice. It is unbelievable. Now, what's really cool about that is this is where everybody comes out with their sort of new kit, okay? Now, over the last couple of weeks, there have been some leaked images, or I don't know if it's leaked images, but there have been some images floating around the interwebs of some new pieces of kit coming out. Now, for me, as sort of a content creator in this space, that is something I'm super excited about, because it's not every day that, we get to review a new item. And generally, these companies all save their new stuff for this sort of 1/2 week in January every year, when we get basically flooded with new stuff. Now, when I was there last year, also, it was kind of a weird spot, it was kind of one of those in-between years. It was like an iPhone 4S kind of year, like you expect some big improvements, but we really didn't have much. There wasn't so many exciting things. There was, I guess I saw the Falcor rifle action, which was the worst bolt action I'd ever felt in my life. In fact, after I felt the action, I looked at the person in the booth and I was like, and they were like, no, don't play with that. And they took it from me. So maybe it was like a super early prototype, but it was terrible. Perhaps should not have been on display. But I'm looking forward, if you guys follow Martin from MDTM, I'm going to have this little snippet of his profile over here. He's sort of teased quite a bit with some MDT stuff that is coming down the line. So make sure you check that out. Now, on that note, this is also a little bit of a sad space we find ourselves in terms of a shooter, and let me just point this mic down. By the way, for my audio guys, I think I finally figured out this microphone over here, and it should be, I did a lot of work on this, and I think I nailed it. So I hope that I did by the time you watch this. By the way, and while we're sort of getting a little bit sidetracked, if you're not subscribed, please do me a favor and hit subscribe down here. Now, as I was saying, Martin has sort of leaked quite a bit of stuff with regards to what is coming from MDT. And on that note, unfortunately, it's the nature of the beast. As sort of COVID and the whole supply chain, everything has sort of gotten a little bit more expensive. Now, on MDT's website, mdttech.com, they actually have a countdown timer running at the moment because their prices are going up. And a lot of companies are going to push up their prices in January this coming year. So if you have a little bit of spare money lying around and you've wanted to invest in some stuff, perhaps you won't be able to get the latest and greatest things, but keep that in mind. If you need to get an optic, or you need to get an ACC or something like that, the prices will be going up pretty soon, and I do expect it to be quite a jump, so you might want to pull the trigger. Excuse the pun, I've actually just had quite a few guys get some MDT chassis from me to sort of just get their stuff in before the price hike. But that is to be expected. I mean, we haven't really seen big increase in prices in terms of the chassis stuff. At least that's been my experience here in South Africa. We've been relatively stable for like the last 2 years, but it's never really, it's already an expensive sport, and to have that barrier to entry continuously go up, it's not great, but it kind of is what it is. And I get that from a manufacturing point of view, because we've seen that even with the stuff we make. Steel doesn't cost what it cost 18 months ago, so we need to also have a look at doing that. But anyway, what are you guys excited about coming from SHOT Show? I know what I'm going to be keeping my eyes on. It's a super bummer that I won't actually be there, because I was really looking forward to network with some companies and get perhaps new channel partners on board. But yeah, I'm bummed, I guess. But it does open another door for me. It's sort of scheduled on the same weekend as our NRL Championship match here in South Africa. My friend Ruan and I are tied for the sort of, main spot. We're tied for first. But the guys are so good, anything can really happen at one of these matches. So that does open the door for me to go and actually shoot that match. Whether I'm going to go do that or not, I'm not 100% sure yet, because, it's just coming back from holidays and I'm really, really focused on the business. We have some really cool projects in the works, and, now that we've started shipping internationally, we are really busy, and that's kind of where my focus is. So to take sort of a weekend away right as we come back to work is not always the easiest thing. So we'll see how it plays out. Anyway, guys, let me know in the comments down below what you're excited for SHOT Show. I'm super pumped. I think there's going to be some really cool stuff coming out. And, oftentimes we get sort of something a little bit left field that we didn't see coming. And those things are also usually really, really cool. Like a couple of years ago, they had that, actually it was 2020, they had that Ventus laser wind meter. I'm really excited to see where that technology goes. In the near future, will we be able to take a laser wind reading over 1,000 meters? Would you want to do that in a long-range shooting match? Should that be allowed? Should that be banned? Where do you draw the line? Because then it almost becomes a little bit pay to win. If you know what the wind's doing over 1,000 meters, it takes a lot of skill out of that. So I don't know where we quite stand on that yet. It's certainly going to be an interesting time as sort of that technology develops. Is there anything you guys want to see, from SHOT Show? It's such a pity that I can't go. Hell, maybe a lot can happen. Today is the 18th of December, so that should give you an idea of sort of how far in advance I actually make these videos. But a lot can happen between now and, the next 3 weeks. Maybe our travel ban gets lifted, and again, I can get number 99 flights and to Vegas. That'll remain to be seen. But anyway, other than that, I am planning trips later the year, and I'm sure hopefully travel and things are open. So I will be going out there later this year. Something I'm also excited for, and something that I am actually going to do a rifle build on, is the new Bat Machine Vesper action that they're actually making specifically. Bat Machine is making them, but they're making them for unknown munitions. So it's basically an HR action with some styling feature and stuff like that. And it's also going to be available in a Lapua bolt face, which is the one that I'm going to be picking up. I think I'm going to do a 338 Lapua mag just for, Skulk has one. I don't have one. Our ladies have started shooting now, so that's really exciting. So then I can put them on a 7mm, and Skulk and I can run the 338s or whatever we do decide to do. It's just always good, if you look at the weather or the stuff and you have, a big boomer, if there's going to be 35 to 50, mile per hour winds, then I'll take my 338 that day. Anyway, guys, if you're traveling, have a safe Christmas, enjoy the time with your family, and be safe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.